I always loved watching A-Team. I thought it was fun. Watching Mr. T just throw people over and over again every single episode is the way to go. Hi guys, Keydrew64 here, and today I'm coming at you with another collection video update. Yes, it's been a while since my last collection update, and because I discovered or rediscovered rather, a used book and movie store not too far from me, I have found a lot of really good pickups. I have a pretty large stack today with all kinds of different genres and things like that, but I also got another stack of like newer retail stuff that I picked up as well. So I got a pretty nice stack today. Definitely bigger than my last collection update, so this will probably be a little bit of a longer video, but a lot of very different types of movies that are in here, which gives me a good swath of things to talk about and share with you guys. I have a really cool TV series that I want to share with you guys that I picked up at the end of this video, and stay tuned to the end of this video because I cut a room tour trailer. That's right, I made an epic trailer for my upcoming room tour. The much requested over the past year room tour video is being edited as we speak, and I put together a trailer to share with you guys at the end of this video. So yeah, I'm happy to be actually talking about physical media on physical media release day on Tuesday, like I have done on this channel for a very long time, and I thought a collection update video was the way to go for this Tuesday. So with all that said, let's go ahead and jump into it. So first things first, we're gonna go for the retail stuff first, and then I'll share with you guys what I got at the used bookstore. First up is American Underdog. This is a newer release movie. I ended up going with the Blu-ray because the 4K was pretty pricey. When it first released, the 4K was $35, which is pretty high for this kind of movie. I love sports movies. Zachary Levi stars as Kurt Warner. This is a pretty good family sports movie to watch. Like, if this will make you feel good. Like, it's a feel-good movie, a feel-good sports movie that the family can sit down and enjoy. I definitely recommend it if that's what you're looking for. It was very good.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater.
Next up is a documentary, At the Drive-In. I got this on DVD. I saw this on streaming back in 2020. I watched it several times. I do like documentaries, and this is just a movie about movie lovers, essentially. It's a really good, fun documentary, and I wanted to go back and watch it, and I couldn't find it anywhere, so I was like, you know what, I just gotta buy it. That's what you need to do. If you know you're gonna rewatch something a couple times, just buy the physical media, support the actual makers. And unfortunately, it had no Blu-ray release, but they did have a DVD release. There's some special features on here that were not on the streaming. So yeah, it's a pretty good movie, and I may do an actual review of it at some point because I think it'd be cool. Next up is Balto. I was hoping to find this at the used bookstore, but after I didn't, I was like, all right, I'll just buy it on Amazon, screw it. Balto was one of my favorite movies whenever I was younger, and I haven't seen it in a really long time, so I'm interested to see if it holds up. I do have little cousins who come over, and we watch animated movies, and it'd be cool to introduce them to this one, and like I said, see if it holds up. But I think it did. I think it probably did. Balto's pretty solid, I think. And Journey to the West, Conquering the Demons. This is a Stephen Chow directed movie, so if you've seen Shaolin Soccer or Kung Fu Hustle and you like those, definitely check this out if you haven't already. It's a very good, I like Shaolin Soccer, Kung Fu Hustle, and I love this one. Now, there was a sequel to this. I didn't check it out, so I don't know if it's any good. I think they had some of the same characters, but they were recast. Either way, I think this is pretty good. I wanted to go and watch it. I didn't see it on a streaming service, and again, I know I'm going to watch it a couple times. But if you like the off-the-wall, zany martial arts action like you saw in Kung Fu Hustle, this is definitely recommended. And then Hatfields and McCoys, and I haven't seen this since it came out. It released in 2012, and I think I saw it in 2013 or 2014. And I haven't seen it since then, but after watching 1883, I was like, oh man, I want some more of this. I need some more like Western miniseries. What's one to go towards? Hatfields and McCoys. That's which one to go towards. It's got Kevin Costner from Yellowstone, obviously, as well as multitude of other things, but obviously currently he's in Yellowstone, and the late great Bill Paxton. So if you're a fan of Yellowstone 1883 and you're looking for something else, I definitely recommend Hatfields and McCoys. I remember it being pretty good. So just basing it off my memory, but I am looking forward to going back and checking that out. But going to some lighter fare, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And I've actually never seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, which I don't know how I've never seen it. I've seen parts of it on TV. They used to be on TV occasionally back in the day, but I've never actually sat down and watched the whole movie. So I got the Steelbook. It was recently released within the last couple months. I got it at Best Buy. It was on sale, I think, for like $11.99 or $11 or something like that. It's a Steelbook. It's a movie. I haven't actually sat down and seen the whole thing, so it was a no-brainer for me to pick this one up. Now we're getting into the movies that I picked up at the used bookstore, which is the bulk of the movie. So let's go with some comedies first, and that is I got The Hangover unrated on Blu-ray for $2. And my comedy section's fairly small, so I'm trying to fill it out with some more movies. I've never actually sat down and watched all of The Hangover either. So I was like, hey, $2, Hangover, I can fill out my comedy section. You know, that's the way to go. One of the things with going to the used bookstore is I'm picking up titles that I normally probably wouldn't, like they're mid-tier titles as far as like in my interest or what I would want out of them. But when you can get them for like $2, I might as well pick them up. Even if I just watch them one time, at $2 to watch a movie is pretty cheap. Another comedy, which is, I think, a very underrated comedy. I've seen it multiple times, and that is The Watch. What's really fun about this movie is whenever I first saw it, I didn't know what it was about or anything. I just watched it and I loved it. And whenever I introduce it to people, I don't tell them what it's about. I just put on the movie and we watch it. And it's fun to see people's reaction because there's like a turn in the movie that just takes this whole movie in like a very strange and interesting direction. It's fun to see people's reactions to it. But I think this is a pretty good comedy. Not much talked about, pretty forgotten. But it's got a good cast. You know, it's got Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, and Jonah Hill. So it's worth watching if you've never seen it. But don't look up the synopsis online. Just check it out. Another comedy is Couples Retreat, another Vince Vaughn comedy. And this one came out when I worked at Blockbuster. I watched it. I rented and watched all kinds of movies whenever I worked there, because especially like the week stuff came out, I tried to watch as much as I could, so that way I could tell my customers, because I had a lot of regulars who would get stuff based on my recommendations. And so I checked out a lot of movies. And this one I was pleasantly surprised. Finally, it's got Vince Vaughn and Jon Favreau in it as well. And it's a pretty good date movie too, as far as comedy date movies go. I think it's a pretty good movie. Moving into, I guess, some dramas. I'll say this is a drama. There's some action in it, but that's Creed. Yeah, so going through my shelf a little while ago, I realized I was missing Creed. I had Creed 2 over there, but I didn't have the first Creed. And I know that I had it at one point, so that means I loaned it out and never got it back. Which is the case with The Watch, by the way. I didn't mention that when I just talked about it. But with The Watch, I watched it multiple times, and I loaned it out to somebody, and I never got it back. So yeah, loaning out movies, I don't really recommend it. Maybe like to family, but even still, the chances they could get lost or you might forget about them, especially if you have a bigger collection. It's hard to keep track of a lot of this stuff sometimes, and stuff just ends up going missing. People just they forget that they have it or that they borrowed it. Nothing malicious necessarily. I have no idea where it ended up. But anyway, the first Creed movie is solid. It's obviously a good entry into like the Rocky series. It stands on its own. Michael B. Jordan's great in the movie. And yeah, I haven't actually seen the first Creed in a little while, so I'm actually kind of want to go back and revisit it. Next up is never mind the sticker. I didn't pay $5 for this. I actually paid $4 for it. So it was a little bit higher price than the $2 and $3 pickups that I got. Like Creed I got for $2, so why not pick it up and replace the thing that was missing? So anyway, this is the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2. I don't own any of the Christopher Reeves Supermans on Blu-ray. I do have them on DVD, but I never upgraded to Blu-ray. And if I'm only going to have one on Blu-ray, definitely Superman 2 is the best one out of them. And the Richard Donner cut is also the way to go with it. So happy to pick that up. Another action movie, which I think is kind of underrated, that I think is pretty good, and that is The A-Team. Whenever I was a kid, I watched the A-Team, the original TV series on TV all the time. No, I wasn't a kid when it was airing. I'm not that old. But we used to watch a lot of like 80s shows because we only had one TV growing up. So it was like, okay, well, we're going to watch A-Team and MacGyver and stuff like that. But that was fine. I always loved watching A-Team. I thought it was fun. Watching Mr. T just throw people over and over again every single episode is the way to go. But I do have an affinity for the A-Team, so I probably like this movie a little bit more than some other people. It's a fairly generic action movie. Not the best action movie ever. Definitely not the worst. I think it's good. I think it's fun. I think it's worth a watch. And I don't mind the recasting in here. Liam Neeson and Hannibal is a good choice. And so yeah, I like the A-Team. And again, $2. Might as well go ahead and get it. I had it on DVD, but I didn't have it on Blu-ray. Next up is a Marvel movie, and that is Ant-Man. As far as the movie, all the MCU movies leading up to Endgame, I owned all of them, except for Ant-Man. Somehow, I never actually picked it up. I even have Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I've never even watched it since I bought it, but I do own it. So I've been thinking about getting Ant-Man for years now. I just didn't want to pay $20+ for it, and so yeah, I got this for $3.99. I think it was like $3, $3 or $4. So definitely a pretty solid pickup for me. The only other movie that I don't have in that is Captain Marvel, and I'm not going to really get into it. There's specific reasons why I don't own Captain Marvel and never want to watch Captain Marvel, but Ant-Man, I think, is pretty solid. Next up is another kind of documentary, I guess. The 25th anniversary of Shark Week. It was $2. How could I say no? It's got the Ultimate Air Jaws, Blood in the Water, Mythbusters Shark Week Special, and the Great White Shark Uncaged. So yeah, it's got a couple Shark Week things. Next time Shark Week rolls around, I'll just put this in. Why not? I mean, maybe I don't even have to wait till Shark Week. Maybe I'll watch it after I watch Jaws for the millionth time, because Jaws is a great movie. But yeah, $2, why not? And then I got a Disney movie, and that is The Jungle Book. And whenever I was a kid, this was one of the only VHSs we owned. It was like this, Ninja Turtles, Home Alone 2. Yeah, those were the three main ones I remember. So this one, I probably subliminally still remember all of the lines in this movie just from how many times I watched it as a kid. But I haven't seen it in a very long time. It was only $5. $5 for a Disney Blu-ray. I couldn't pass it up. Again, I have cousins who come over and watch animated movies, so this will be good to put in. Much better than watching it on Disney Plus, which may be going away here pretty soon. The only reason I still have it is I'm holding on to it for Obi-Wan. But other than that, I'll probably get rid of Disney Plus after this. Because I have a lot of the Disney stuff that I want on physical media, so there's no reason to continue giving Disney money. And then I got a couple steelbooks at the used bookstore, and that is Fast and Furious 6 steelbook for $2. I couldn't say no to that, even though I already own the movie. It was only $2. A $2 steelbook, I couldn't say no. And the steelbook actually is visually is not that bad. The other steelbook I got for $2, and this movie I didn't already own, and that was Battle Los Angeles. So very shiny steelbook. And the movie's not that bad. I haven't seen it in forever, but it was a little bit of a different take on the alien invasion movie. It's like a, ground warfare with Marines in an urban, space. So fairly timely, I think, as far as like the way it was shot with urban warfare, but just had aliens instead. So I haven't seen it in a very long time, but $2 for a steelbook, I couldn't say no. Again, if I just watch it once, it was only $2. Next up is a box that I was very surprised to actually find at the used bookstore, and that was Enter the Dragon. This was a special edition box. I've been thinking about getting this for a very long time, but it's like $35, $40 online. So I found this at the used bookstore for $12. So it may seem kind of high for it being used, but what's so special about this is it's got the Blu-ray, obviously, but it's got this. This is really all of the special stuff in here, and I never actually opened it, so this is the first time I'm opening with you guys. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me go and close this up, and we'll open it together. All right, what do we got in here? Okay, so there's a booklet. Oh, it's got some behind-the-scenes stuff in here. Oh, a patch. Nice. I can put this with my Cobra Kai patch. And, oh, a lenticular. That's pretty cool. Yeah, look at that. And then there's, what are these pictures? Yeah, there's some pictures here. I'm like they're not really postcards, but there's some pictures here. Maybe, what are these, some fight layouts? Some choreography layouts or something like that? Wow. Yeah, what is this? Hey, look, you get a little club membership kind of thing. That's kind of neat. So yeah, that was actually pretty good. I can't believe I found a complete set. Like, whoever had this before definitely took care of the stuff in it. And when they traded it in, they actually kept all the special edition stuff with it and traded it in with it. So highly surprising. $12 for this is a great pickup. It's my favorite Bruce Lee movie. Of course, it's the most well-known Bruce Lee movie too. So that's probably a lot of people's favorite Bruce Lee movie. But either way, this was a very good pickup. The other box set that I got was Spider-Man 2. Is a DVD set. I'll probably never watch this because I already own the Blu-ray. But I couldn't say no. You know how much I got this thing for? 95 cents. 95 cents. The thing was almost $1. It was just $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
I'll give you guys another top-down view for this one because I got to share with you guys what's all in here. We got a booklet here, and this is actually pretty heavy duty. Like, this is a nice quality booklet. There's a comic book in here. This comic book is issue number 50, which is loosely what the movie is loosely based on, with Spider-Man giving up his powers. I actually own the actual comic too. Here's what are these, postcards? Yeah, postcards, and fold it out. Kind of looks like a Dungeon Master screen when you fold it out. And then of course the movie here, which is still wrapped up, which blew me away. I can't believe this thing was never even opened. And then another booklet with some more information. Oh wow, some really cool stuff in here. Yeah. 95 cents for this? I couldn't say no. That's a great deal. And then finally, the TV series that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and that is Star Trek The Next Generation complete series on Blu-ray. And the outside box is pretty nice. However, the cases for the movies are terrible. They're a good way to break your discs. So what I ended up doing was taking out all of the discs, and then I bought separate Blu-ray cases, and I'm doing custom slipcovers for each of the boxes. And what's really cool about this, the first time I've ever done it, I'm going to do a separate video once I'm actually done with it and get those printed out and share with you guys. But just to give you an idea of the stack here, hold on just one second.
A few moments later.
Here are all of the discs. And you can see the bottom one is a test one that I did, but this is 21 boxes, 41 discs for the complete Blu-ray series of TNG. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and set this down before I drop it. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a whole separate video on that whenever I get everything printed out and designed and everything like that. I think it'll be a cool video to do. I'm trying to collect all the Star Trek shows. The only ones that have been upgraded to Blu-ray at this point are TNG and the original series. Rumors that DS9 may be on the horizon, and it's well overdue for a Blu-ray upgrade, but I don't know if they're going to put the money into doing it properly. We'll have to wait and see. But TNG is the first one I picked up because TNG is my favorite, followed very closely by DS9, and they shuffle as far as which one I like the most between those two. But with it being pulled off of Netflix and being exclusively to Paramount Plus, even though I currently have Paramount Plus, I do plan on going ahead and getting rid of that. So I want to have the physical media of all of the Star Trek shows so I can put them in and watch them whenever I want, because I'm a huge Star Trek fan, which I've mentioned multiple times, and you may have guessed by the amount of Star Trek videos I've done on the channel recently. So that was my collection, guys. Before I say anything else, let me go ahead and cut to the thing that I promised at the beginning of this video, which is my epic room tour trailer. Let's go ahead and cut to it. So yeah, what do you guys think? Did that get you guys kind of hyped for the video? It is shot. It's currently being edited. It's requiring a lot of editing, a lot more editing than most of my other videos. And I want to make sure it's good and lives up to the trailer, because the trailer makes it out to be pretty epic. So I need to make sure the video turns out as well too. So I want to make sure that that is perfect before I share it with you guys, but I thought it'd be cool to share the trailer with you, especially if you sat through my collection update. That's kind of like, hey, this is a cool thing for you guys. I know mostly it's going to be subscribers who check out this video. So thank you, subscribers. You guys are awesome as always, and welcome new subscribers. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And just thank you to everyone who checked out this video. Definitely subscribe if you're interested in physical media stuff, because I talk about that here as well as a multitude of other things. But physical media is one of the priorities for this channel. And again, just thank you, everybody. And if you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, or don't. I'm not a beggar. I'm Geek True 64, and I'll always tell you the truth.